So congrats. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you. Man, I hope so. We're leaving it in God's hands, but we are still working, bro. Like always, bro. That's the best thing you can do. Whenever I do go to Cali, because I'm planning a trip to go over there soon. I'll definitely hit you up. You gotta let me know where you're at though, because like Cali's such a big state. I might be somewhere and you'll be like 4 or 5 hours away. But regardless, we'll try to do something together. But we're gonna get into the questions. Again, if I miss your guys' comments and stuff, I'm not trying to miss them on purpose. It's because I'm trying to stay locked in. Okay. So, all right, let's get into the questions. So I've been a sneaky link to this married man for the past 3 years. Well, come to find out, he has another Sancha. So it's not only he is married, but he has 2 Sanchas. His wife has no idea about this. Do I tell her? Now, and see, this is what I mean, that they're only going to admit to what they get caught for. Like, yeah, you could be the side piece, but he could have like 4 or 5 side pieces. You don't know. You just know about the other side piece now. He could have several others, but you just know about the ones you found out about. Same about cheating. You only know what they got caught for. Like when they get caught, you only know what they got caught for. So that's why I mean, like, yeah, they're gonna, oh yeah, I only cheated that one time. Mind you, it could have been like 15 other times, right? Should you tell her? Ask yourself this question and then make the decision based off of that. Would you want to know? Would you want to know if your husband was cheating? And especially if you have the proof and everything to show, would you want to know? Ask yourself that question. And if the answer is yes, that you would want to know your husband's cheating, then yes, tell her, because if you said no, I wouldn't want to know if my man's cheating. Okay, don't tell her. But if you said yes, tell her, because I'm sure she's in the same position as you and they would want to know, right? Again, come with receipts though, come with this, come with that, because if you just go with hearsay, it's so easy for the guy to be like, oh, it's because she wants me, she has a thing for me, or something like that. So it's easy. They'll do whatever it takes to be like, oh, like it's because she has a thing for me. That's why she's trying to get you to think that I'm cheating. I'm just saying, come with some receipts. But yes, if you want to know if your person is cheating, then they want to know. My soon-to-be ex-husband was very secretive. Only he was allowed to have a social media. Oh, that's a red flag right there, girl. Did she want to say something before she found out he had another side? See, and that's another thing too. They were together 3 years, like 3 years. I'm just saying this, like, hopefully by you telling her now will help you with some karma later on, because 3 years, I'm just saying karma's going to come and get you. Maybe finally telling them will help you a little bit. What did I miss? We just started, girl. What's up, Bells Beauty? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Shout out to you guys for the gifts too. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate that you guys send gifts, because I don't do none of that battle shit. I know you guys are enjoying the live if you guys are sending gifts. You know what I mean? So I really do appreciate it. Trust me. Damn, never got you live. Hey, we here, Pixie does. At Mondays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. You weren't gonna snitch on yourself. True. Hi, first time here. What's the topic? So what we're doing, we're answering anonymous questions right here, and we also get everybody's input. Finally catch you on your lives. Hey, welcome, Chris Gao. I appreciate you. Hey, thank you guys for the gifts. I see you. TikTok, you guys are awesome. Even though you can't send them over on IG, I love you guys too. Trust me, I love you guys too. All right, so next question. Is watching bad? Now, if it's affecting your guys' relationship and intimacy, yes. And if he's watching it just to get some moves, maybe new things to do, or if you guys are watching it together, no. It's only bad if he's choosing that over you and it's affecting your guys' relationship. That's when it's bad. Because sometimes if you want to be spicy and you throw on a video like in the background, there's nothing wrong with that. That's, spicing it up, trying something new. But it's when they're choosing these videos over you and it's affecting your guys' relationship. That's when it's a problem. So take a step back, look at your relationship. If it's affecting your relationship, if he'd rather watch these videos than do those things to you, clearly it's a problem. So yes, exactly what I would say. Absolutely. What's up, Fortune? What's up, bro? Yes, it destroyed my 34-year marriage. See, there you go. Like, it destroyed their marriage. Here are some gifts. Oh shit, what's up, girl? Bella's Beauty? What is she sending? I love that. I walked away because of that. And see, sometimes you need to know when to walk away, because when they're addicted to those videos, it's a disease. It's not like they can just drop it. They need to get some help with that. Yes, they absolutely do, because they're addicted to that type of like those pheromones. They get like a rush from it or something like that. And they need to watch it. They need to rub one out. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a problem and they need to get it fixed. Because there's nothing you can do or say he's going to be like, all right, I'm fixed now. Like maybe even giving him an ultimatum, being like, if you don't get your shit fixed, like if this doesn't fix, then I'm gone. And clearly, she said that she walked away after a 34-year marriage because it was affecting their relationship. So, thank you guys for the gifts. I see you. I appreciate you. All right, next question. Do you prefer a woman to initiate things, or do you like to start? Now, I think both people should start. Like, it shouldn't be, oh, the guy has to start every time. Oh, the girl has to start every time. I think it should be a mixture of both. Because like, what if you're just chilling and then your girl just comes up and is like, oh, like, let me do some things to you. That shit is hot. That turns you on too, right? It makes you also feel wanted. But the guy should also initiate things, like let her know, be like, yo, I'm trying to do this, kiss her, touch her, flirt with her, and things like that. It should be a mixture of both. It shouldn't be heavily one-sided. Like, say, like the ladies, there's a lot of ladies who say, oh, Hannah, what's up, girl? A lot of girls say that I have to initiate everything. That's the problem if you have to initiate it every time, every single time. The guy should also initiate it. I think, like I said, it should be a mixture of both. Maybe you just get some like heavy, passionate kisses going, and then all of a sudden one thing leads to the next, right? There shouldn't be like, oh, I started it 3 times this week, it's your time. No, it should be a mixture, and it should be like more of a feeling that you want to do it. Like maybe you see him getting ready or something, or he just looking extra delicious in the moment. Go do your thing, girl, right? You look skinny, Bobby. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm actually down 23 pounds. Not because I'm sick or anything, just because we cutting weight, we losing, we getting healthy, because we're trying to be around for a long time, okay? And I'm currently down 23 pounds. So, and I feel great. Buenas noches, Janine. ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Hello. How's your night going? Giggles. It's going great, girl. It's going amazing. All right, let's get into the next question. Do sneaky links still like words of encouragement when you tell him he tastes good during, or he feels so good during S, or does it mean nothing since I'm not his girlfriend? Just if you feel like saying, and they feel like saying it, just go for it. Just don't be telling each other that you love each other or anything like that. But dirty talking, there's nothing wrong. You guys are both there for a need, and sometimes they get off by dirty talking or you dirty talking to them. So just do it. Don't overthink it. There's obviously certain things that you only tell like your person, like I love you, or like something along those lines, if that makes sense. But dirty talking, just go for it. If you want to call him, like if he wants to call it a freaking, what was that one that someone said? A loose rooster, or it was something crazy. And I'm like, I don't think a girl will find that hot, but but if you guys just want to dirty talk, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. And especially if it's a sneaky link, don't overthink it. Just because they dirty talk doesn't mean that they're feeling anything more for you. That's just in the moment type of things, because I'm sure you guys have been in the moment and you guys said some shit that you're like, damn, I can't believe I said that. Like it happens, right? And it's kind of hot in the moment. So there's nothing wrong with dirty talking. All right, next question. Why do guys, whether they're a booty call situationship or an abusive relationship you ended, or a healthy relationship they ended, they all end up coming back eventually and not long after too? I have never gone back, but they make their rounds. I don't understand this mentally, currently single. I mean, that's how you just explained how a lot of guys are, they, first of all, guys tend to break up slower. What that means is, like, I'm sure you've seen when you break up with a guy, they're out partying, they go out and hang out, and then eventually they start to feel the breakup. And so sometimes that's when they're like, try to make their rounds. Or even if they don't feel like that, sometimes they get that itch to go back. Hey, like, let me hit up my ex, see what she's doing, see what's going on, right? Like, guy, I've been there where I've gotten the itch to hit an ex up. Like, this was a while back ago. But I was like, fuck that. Like, why would I do that? You know, like, I don't want to be that type of person, so I didn't, right? Because a lot of guys and girls, too, also go through that. Because, yeah, Ohana, you get comfortable with that person, you know, or it's comfortable, it's familiar, you know, you don't really have to court this person. Like, you already know what the intimacy is like, you know, and things like that. So that's why they tend to go back. They tend to spin the block. And they'll keep spinning the block if you let them come around, right? And even answering them. Answering it is them getting, like, it's an opportunity to them. If they text you and you answer it, that's an opportunity for them. You're like, oh, she answered. I still have her attention somewhat. I could possibly still get it in, you know? And then even worse, if you actually let them get it in, then they know they can just spin the block when they want, right? Me, 2021 only. How are you doing? I'm doing great. They want to see if they can still have it. Absolutely. And the mistake that a lot of people make is they let them keep having it. You know, that's a big no-no. Okay. All right, hold on. We're going to get into the next question. Let me take a, I got to take a swig. All right. I've been seeing this older guy for almost 2 years, and every time we see each other, we have bomb ass. But I found out he has a girlfriend. What should I do? I have feelings for him, and he does too. What should I do? Of course he's gonna tell you he has feelings for you. If he really had legit feelings for you, he would be with you. He wouldn't have a girlfriend. He's not gonna be like, I'm just here for a booty call. You know, he's gonna be like, oh, I really feel something for you. Yeah, that's a bunch of BS because he's still with her, right? And do I think that he's gonna leave her for you? No. Because you said that you guys have been seeing each other for almost 2 years. Girl, he's probably been in that relationship for 2 years, or if not longer, with this person. What should you do? You should cut it off, you know, and put yourself in the position of that girl. Would you want to know if your man is cheating on you? Like, would you want the girl to come and be like, yo, this is what I just found out. I had no idea that he had a girlfriend. I'm sorry. Here's the receipts. And then go about your business, right? And so ask yourself that question. Would you want to know if you're getting cheated on? You know, and give them that respect. And also remember, she's the main chick right now. You're the side chick. If the main piece position becomes available and you get that position, guess what position just opened up? Because if he had the balls enough to get a side piece when he was with her, what makes you think that he won't do it with you? That position is wide open now. Might be, it's not going to happen right away, but over time, he knows that that position can be, he's done it before. He'll probably do it again. So just saying. All right, next question. What's a good time to wait to be intimate after meeting? Girl, as soon as you meet him, drop his pants, like maybe an hour in. There's no real time period, okay? A lot of people overthink it, that they're like, oh, it has to be this amount of time before I hook up with him, you know? Or is it bad if I hook up with him the first day? No, just at the end of the day, you're a grown adult. If the vibes are there, everything is going great, and you hook up with them the first date, that's on you. But you also have to remember, you're also taking that risk that that's all he wants, and he might just dip out right after that. Or if you're actually trying to take somebody seriously, make them wait. I did a poll with you guys a little while back ago, and I asked you ladies especially about how many times do you have to meet up with somebody or go on a date with before you guys hook up with them. And the majority of the answer was 3 to 4 dates. Most guys think that by the third, fourth date, they should be already hooking up with you. So some guys might wait until those days get what they need, hook up maybe a few times, and then just dip out. They already know this. So take that information as you will, as you want, use it and apply it however you want. But just know some guys are like that. And you could make them wait 6 months and then you hook up with them and they still ghost you. But at the end of the day, I would just say pay attention to the feelings, the vibes, the consistency. Or if you feel like that's day one, then that's day one, right? I mentioned before, like my ex, I dated her. This one I dated for like 2 years. We hooked up on the first day, but everything went great. We had a date planned. Everything went great. Then afterwards, we went to dinner, hung out. We ended up going back to my spot, and then one thing led to another. And then we ended up dating for almost 2 years after that. So it's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it just depends on the intention of the guy, too. So, but take that with a grain of salt and know that guys typically think that they should hook up third or fourth date. So take that information however you want. So for cheating, I like to know as far as terms of my health risk. Oh, cheating, like if you found out they were cheating, instantly go get tested yourself and then stop, right? Because you don't know how many people this person has been hooking up with, and then you don't know how many people that other person that they might be hooking up with other people. It could just be a whole melting pot of a whole lot of juices, right? So if you know your person is cheating on you, go get tested right away and then cut him off. All right, next question. Can you give me advice on how to move on from a man that I am still in love with that cheated on me and hurt me in numerous emotional ways? I gave him my virginity and we were doing long when he was closer. Now he's in the opposite time zones from me. He's back home with his baby mama and child. Help. Oh, girl. He is probably... Use that information that you just gave me. And when you feel like getting back with him or messaging him, remember all these things that he did to you. He cheated on you. And, he the way he treated you emotionally, he did a lot of things to you. And another thing, he's back living in the same area as his baby mama. Do you think that they're just over there playing hopscotch or something? Do you think they're just over there playing fucking video games? They're playing fucking Twister in the bedroom if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So, and how to get past this, it's not easy, I'm not saying, just get over it. It's not that easy. It would just require maybe some therapy, counseling, that way you can talk your problems out with somebody like that. Or just keep yourself distracted, right? Keeping yourself distracted with things to do help you get past somebody. And the reason I say that is because if you go to work, say your mind is busy, but then you get home and you just chill all day, you start getting in your head, you start thinking of this, you start feeling lonely maybe, and then you want to message them. You start thinking about all the good times, right? And you're just like, maybe we should make it work. I love this man. No. Because I remember after my long-term relationship, and I actually talked about it on the one-on-one session that I had yesterday, because this is how I distracted myself afterwards. Because I got depressed, I got sad, all the emotions, angry, everything. But from the moment I woke up at 6 a.m. all the way until like midnight, 1 o'clock, I was doing something. I just locked in on a side hustle and grinded it out. And it changed my life. And then 2, it helped me get past this person because I kept distracting myself. I didn't really have time to sit there and, be in my feelings. Being like, oh my God, I miss her. Like we used to hang out. No, I was always busy. It was always hustle, hit the gym, hustle, like keeping myself distracted. So there's ways to get past this, but at the end of the day, it comes down to you and putting in that effort and not going back. Fight the feeling of trying to message them or even thinking that there might be some sort of future with them. So try to keep yourself busy. Absolutely. Why did my ex take on my personality, everything I am, he has became when he wasn't like that at all? I mean, I get it. Maybe that's what you feel like he's doing, what he's saying, like he's acting like you. I would just say, first of all, he's your ex. Let him do whatever. You shouldn't be paying attention to how he's acting, what he's doing. You know, the way he's like, oh, he's acting like you're looking too much into it. You know too much about him if he's your ex, right? Like if you ask me what are my exes up to right now, I don't fucking know. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they have the same hair color. I don't know if they got pregnant. I don't know if they got with a new man. I don't know, and I don't care. And would I know how did their personality change? I don't know because I don't look into it. So that's another problem is that people like you're paying too much attention to him, right? If he wants to act like that, cool, whatever. Just do your thing, girl. You know what I mean? True, been getting back with painting to keep myself busy, staying up until 2 a.m. just painting. If he really liked you, he would try to make it work and fix something that's fixable. You invested time and energy and you gave to her, to yourself. Absolutely. And see, like, I'm glad everybody's like putting in their 2 cents because this is why I like doing the lives because everybody participates and helps each other out. Okay. At the end of the day, that's what we're doing here. We're trying to help each other. But let me see. Is it true all men see women as, or is it misinformation? I'm reading a book. Do guys see girls as a piece of booty? Yes and no. It depends on the guy, right? If the guy is just out there to have fun messing around, of course he's going to see you or the next person or whoever he's trying to talk to as a piece of booty, right? But is there some guys? Obviously, everybody wants the booty. Every guy, like, that's the intention. Is to get some booty from that person. Because have they fantasized about hooking up with you? Yes. Do they want to hook up with you? Absolutely. But they're not considering you as a piece of booty, right? Like, I've met somebody and I wasn't like, well, in my head, I'm like, I would try to imagine hooking up with this person already. Yeah, fuck yeah, we're guys. That's how we are, right? We fantasize about that. But we also know if we want to take somebody serious, right? Within the first couple dates, you know if you want to take somebody serious, guys do, or this is just something part-time, you know, in the meantime, a little part-time, maybe be a 90-day trial, you know. Guys know this. They'll sell you on the thing like, oh no, I really like you. They'll sell you on that. But do guys know? Yeah, absolutely. In the very beginning, they know if they want to take somebody serious or if it's just like a roster type of situation or just not sure about them, right? So that's why when some people say, hey, is it true that somebody can like love at first sight and that's the wife? No, like, because yeah, you can talk to somebody or be with somebody and be like, oh, I do see myself getting serious with this person, but not wife. I've never looked at somebody and been like, yeah, that's wifey right there. No, it just, I know how to, how do they know based on what? It's hard to explain, but it's more of a feeling, you know? Maybe they enjoyed your personality, your vibe, the way you are, the way like you portray yourself. Maybe they enjoyed something like that. Maybe they enjoyed that you actually have your head on right, you know, because that's a huge turn on to me when like a girl's not, you ask them their goals, they're just like, I don't know. Or they don't have much going for themselves, you know, because there's some people who are just stagnant, you know. I remember I went on a date with this one girl and she was okay with just living off her child support and working a part-time job. And that was just a real ick for me. I don't know why, but I was just like, I don't want to be with somebody who enjoys having a part-time job and wants to get just child support and live off of that, right? I want a girl who's a hustler too, right? I'm not saying like, hey, like pay for my shit, but I'm saying like if somebody who has a career too will understand how busy you get, you know. And again, like if you want somebody who does that, there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just saying what I want, you know. Just because I said I want doesn't mean it's wrong for somebody else, if that makes sense. Because some people are like, oh, it's fine to have that. Yeah, it's fine. Absolutely. I just don't want somebody like that. And I've learned that. Another thing that I've learned is I don't want to date a girl that has little kids. Because I've dated somebody who had little kids. And that's just not my, I can't do it. If the kids are older, absolutely fine. If they can take care of themselves, absolutely. I'm with that. But young kids, I can't do it. I've tried it and it's not for me. So, but regardless, we're going back. Yes, they do know if they want to be something serious with you from the very beginning. Most guys are very intimidated by me. I'm driven, attractive, and intimidates the heck out of guys. Just keep at it, girl. Like you'll run into a guy who's gonna be like, this is the girl right here, you know. And then he's gonna put you in your what is it, soft girl era. Same. And I always feel bad for saying no, young kids. And I learned that I didn't like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. And if you say you don't want to date somebody that also has young kids, there's nothing wrong. If they think bad about you, that's on them. You just know what you want and you don't want. Like I said, if they have kids and they're older, I'm perfectly fine with that. If they're young kids, that's a no for me, dog. So, Miriam Flores, what's up, girl? Personally, when I first meet a guy, I think of what they would be like in bed. If after talking to them, can hold my attention, I give more energy. See, there's nothing wrong. We all think about it. Like everybody thinks about it, not just guys. There's girls who think about like hooking up with the dude and be like, damn, those hands around his neck. Yes, please. Like you fantasize about it. Don't act like you don't. Okay, girls do this shit too. Same here. Men look at, but it seems like they are afraid to approach. Is that possibly true? Yeah, some guys are shy. You know, some guys' confidence isn't very high, so they won't approach, because there's a lot of guys who fear getting rejected. Like that's a huge ego killer to guys, especially if you haven't been rejected in the past. So, have I been rejected? Fuck yeah. Did it suck? Fuck yeah. But it got me to the point where it didn't stop me from shooting my shot anymore, right? Because I'm just like, what's the worst they can say? No. And then you just keep it pushing, and that's it. But is there guys who just don't want to go put themselves in that awkward position? Yeah. You know, there's some guys who their ego probably can't handle getting rejected. And especially, you know, like, so they're afraid to approach somebody. Or they're in a relationship and they just don't want to approach. So could be that too. All right, next question. Do you think it's bad that a 42-year-old woman like me has sneaky links? I don't want a relationship nor looking to get married. I just want to have fun while I still can. Girl, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, you know what you are? There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun. Okay? There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun. And especially the 42, who cares? 42, 52, 32. If you want to have some fun, go have some fun, you know? And especially since, like, say whatever you went through your relationship, right? You went through some shit. You just want to be alone for a little while. There is nothing wrong with just wanting to be alone for a little while. And everybody has needs. So clearly you have needs and you just want to, you know, mess around. Nothing wrong with that. Just be safe at the end of the day, you know? Like, be careful, get tested, or protect yourself. Just don't get pregnant by a random either. So, but should you have fun? Fuck yeah. Who cares? You're 42. We live once. We're here for a short amount of time. And if you're tired of and sick of dating and relationships and you just want to have fun, go for it. Nothing wrong with it. I love fun. Get it while you can. Hooking up decently. See, there's nothing wrong with it. Just do your thing, girl. All right. Next question. What kind of a guy are you? Into boobs, tights, fat, kitty? Me, I love it all. I love it all. But the one that I would prefer, like if I had to choose one or the other, obviously, because that's why, you know, I'm honest. And especially when I do, would you do one or the other? Like I make y'all choose. I even choose. I would choose booty, you know, because, you know, got something to grip onto. Like when you're, you know, doing it from behind, you got some like, that way you can get higher RPMs, right? So you got some booty and you can see it jiggle while you're doing some things. When you smack it, you could just hear, you know what I mean? Like, it's great. It's amazing, right? And if they have a bigger set of, you know, chesticles, nothing wrong with that either. You know, we'll take it. But like I said before, like you can go for the booty and then eventually maybe get some implants and then guess what? Problem solved. Now you got both. And then how the cat looks, it don't matter. A cat is a cat. As long as it's okay, a cat as long as it's natural. That's all I'll say. As long as it's original, original miles, no salvage title in there, you know what I mean? Like no engine swap. As long as it's legit cat, I'm all for it, you know. Anything else than that, it's a hard pass for me. All right, next question. Met someone over 12 years ago as a F buddy, and and here and there we are still effing. I've been single the whole time. Why do they always come back? I was la toxica, and he still comes back. It's because if the cat is there, engine swap is wild. If the cat is there, they'll try to keep coming back. And, you know, even if you were in a relationship, he might even attempt it. You know, he might try to be like, hey, yo, like, I know you're in a relationship, but you're trying to hook up. And especially, like, that's where your guys' relationship started, is a sneaky link type of situation, an F buddy. And so he knows it's comfortable, it's familiar, you know him, he knows you. And it's nobody has to court anybody. It's more of a just like, hey, what are you doing? You've already gone through the whole trying to get to know each other and stuff. And like I said, if it's there and it's available, of course he's gonna come back now, 2 weeks from now, a year, 5, 10 years. They might get that itch and be like, yo, what's up, girl? What you up to? You know? So, and if this bugs you, then stop letting him come around. That's basically it. Stop letting him come around, because if he knows, even answering, if he knows that you answer, it's a small chance. And then if you even hook up with him, then he's like, I still got it. So do they ever want more, or once you're in it? No. If they wanted more with you, like relationship wise, they would be in a relationship with you instead of whoever they're with, right? Hey, thank you, Miss Lovely, for all the gifts. I see you, girl. The side guy came out liking Ladyboy. Olis, what's up, baddie? Just remember that, like, if you're talking to somebody who says that they're separating, or in a relationship, but they don't feel the same, or like they're going through a breakup, like, take whatever they say with a grain of salt, you know, because there's so many people who send messages. They're like, oh, I'm, you know, talking to this guy, he's married, but he says he's gonna leave her, but he just needs a little bit more time. Nah, they're just trying to buy more time for themselves to keep hooking up with you, you know, because I guarantee you, if they told you, hey, you're just the side piece, there's nothing ever gonna be here, you would probably be like, well, I ain't gonna do this shit anymore. But if they feed you a false dream, you'll be like, and breadcrumb you, they'll be like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna stick around because he says he loves me. He says he's gonna be with me, girl. So if you talk to someone like that, that's just an open communication for cheating. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, next question. I met up with a guy for drinks one night, and we had a good time. Vibes were good. I initiated conversations the week after the date, and he never asked to see me again and never initiated convo. He'd only just replied to my text. I eventually gave up and stopped texting him. What's your take? He wasn't interested, you know, and that happens. And that's okay. You have to remember, when you're dating, talking to people, say you meet up with somebody and you don't hear from them afterwards. You know, it sucks that they ghosted you, but sometimes you're just not vibing with the person. You're just not, there is no connection there. And that's okay. That's dating. You're going out, getting to know this person, and maybe you felt a type of way from that person, like about that person. They just didn't feel the same towards you, right? It could be that. So just pay attention to how he acted afterwards, because if he was really into you after the date, he would have still been trying to talk to you, still been trying to see you. And usually they'll plan another date if they really want to see you, you know, if they want to take you serious. Clearly you saw absolutely, Yenny, it's one-sided vibe. So I know it sucks that things like that happen, but that should be your sign right there. Be like, okay, well, he's not interested. And that's okay. No need to be like, what did I do wrong? Is it me? No, it just happens. Not everybody you go on a date with is going to be the one. Not everybody, you meet is going to be your forever and ever, happily ever after. That's what dating is. You go out, you talk to somebody, you get to know them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, and that's okay. It'd be better to this happen after the first date than like 6-7 months down the road. You know what I mean? Would you rather have it happen after the first date or 5 months talking? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay. It happens. And if that happens, don't have some self-respect for yourself and be like, no, he stopped talking to me, gave me no energy, and that's it. We're moving on. That's it. I'm not going to tolerate that at all. And you can clearly tell he wasn't interested after that. So, and it's okay. It's fine. It happens to everybody. Just move him to the friend zone. Not even friend zone. Just like forget about him. How do we send you anonymous questions? So I'll answer this again because I saw it several times. So once a month, over on my IG, if you guys haven't followed me on IG, I post the anonymous link. You guys ask questions, and then we go through like the entire month, the entire next month, and we answer them. So if you want to participate in February, here in a couple weeks, I'm going to be posting it over on IG again. I only post it on IG because it lets you link the anonymous link. TikTok doesn't let you do it. Even though I do share on my story that, hey, go to my IG. So that's where you can ask questions. And also, like, for the people that don't know, I do also do the one-on-one sessions. That's also linked in the bio. So definitely check it out. Next question. All right. So I got to know a guy who is older than me. We are going 3 months now. The vibe and the S is good, but he always tells me he likes to eat me and likes the way I taste. What does that mean? Girl, stop overthinking it. He's telling you that he enjoys the cat. He enjoys going down there for a swim. He enjoys getting a nice little, moisturizing the beard. Don't overthink it. He's flirting with you. He's trying to compliment you. He's trying to keep things spicy. I feel like you're overthinking it, but like he says he likes to eat the cat. Does that mean that he loves me? Girl. Like, he just enjoys it. It's flirty. He's being flirty. He's being, he's trying to keep it spicy, right? Because I'm sure like guys love it too. Like, be like, oh, I like when the girl tells him that they love to go down on them, or like it tastes amazing, it's so good. So the sopita's busting, absolutely, Romero. Like, he's just saying like, yo, that pupusa is on point, girl. Like, maybe you got some extra meat curtains down there, and he's enjoying the extra meat, the extra taste, the extra protein down there, and there's nothing wrong. Maybe he has a beard and he likes to get moisturized. Nothing wrong with that. That's what he's trying to say, girl. And so just don't overthink it. It doesn't mean anything more. It doesn't mean there's no secret code behind it, or a secret meaning behind it either. It just, he's flirting with you. That's it. I'm dead. No carbs, all protein. That's what well, hopefully there's no carbs, meaning like some shit in there, right? All right, next question. Hold on, where is that? Oh, here we are. I've been single for a while. Do I give a guy a chance that has a job but no car and not the best financial situation? Or should I stay single and go back with my friends with benefits, the S and the will drive to meet once or twice a week? Now, if he's struggling financially, I mean, it kind of sounds like it's already a problem to you, because I'm not saying you want somebody who's rich. And I'm not saying, you know what I mean, wealthy, but you want somebody who has at least their head on straight, knows what they're doing, doesn't make any dumb decisions, and he's not in the best financial situation, and he doesn't have a car. So he shouldn't be looking for a relationship. Exactly, Iris. He shouldn't be it's not relationship time for him. It's, hey, let me figure out my situation, and before I invest some time into somebody, right? Because yeah, you could start dating him, and then maybe you start paying his bills, and then he gets comfortable because you're paying everything for him. You also run that risk. So I would just say you're already questioning it. It's bugging you, and you said, should I just go back to my friends with benefits? Yes, yes, right. Go back to your friends with benefits because this guy's already not checking off certain boxes. Again, I know you're not saying like he needs to be fucking wealthy, and take care of me, but you want somebody who is at least pretty financially fine, not struggling, has a car. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he only has a part-time job, right? Somebody that actually has, some things going. Now, if you meant like financially struggling, meaning like all his money goes to like his bills because maybe he has a mortgage and stuff like that, that's a little different, because he's paying his bills, getting everything paid. But if you mean like he's not financially, where he's financially struggling, a lot of debt, making horrible financial decisions, it can be different ones. So we can't be struggling love. That's what gets us in trouble in the long run. Absolutely. But maybe it's him struggling at the moment, not the long run. See, and again, thank you for that, Bianca. It could be that, but that's why I'm saying, like, is this somebody you want to invest your time with, right? Do you see the motivation? Do you see the drive for him to do that? Do you see him wanting to do that? Instead of just telling you, anybody can tell you. You run that risk of, this is how he is, because there's some people who goes back to choices, how old. True, but even people, like I was watching this documentary. This guy, he was in his late 40s, finally got his shit together, struggling all through his like 20s, 30s, and then in his late 40s, he got his shit together, right? But did you want to wait that long, right? I'm not saying that there's a certain time limit where you could do it, but I would just say go based off your feelings, your vibes, the energy, his actions. And if it's a problem for you already, there's nothing wrong with that being a problem. I would just do what you said and just go back with the friends with benefits. And then eventually maybe he does get his shit together and then you guys can make something happen, right? But currently at the moment, it sounds like he's not the guy for you. And that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Hey, thank you for the gifts, Antonia. I see you, girl. All right. Next question. My husband seems like the girl. I have to do 5 things same time just to get him to stay up, play with his nips, the back end rub, kiss, everything. And then he asked me, did you... It kind of sounds like he may be struggling down there. Because you're doing all this work to just have it stay up. What he should be doing is going to the doctor and figuring why it's not staying up on its own, right? Because it could be a bunch of different reasons for that. Maybe some medication that he's taking, maybe some drugs that he's taking, or maybe just because of age. Because you shouldn't be doing all this stuff, all this work, and then you don't even get your O. Like, you don't even get yours. Like, that's the sad part. you don't even get yours. He should at least be generous enough to like make sure you get there, make sure that happens. Because and you better be telling him no, that you didn't finish. I hope right now that you're not lying to him. Because if you're lying to him, then he's just like, oh, well, she's satisfied. No, that's why if you're not there, and if he's asking you, be like, no, I'm like, I got close. Or it's because I need you to do this or this, explain that to him. But at the end of the day, like if he's going through all those problems just to like get it somewhere, you might want to go to the doctor. And there's nothing wrong. I did 2 podcasts on the whole ED situation. How they can get help, different things they can do, what are some causes, what are some like fixes that they can do. There's a bunch of things that you could do. The worst thing that you could do is nothing. And that's what it sounds like he's doing, nothing. And it's going to cause problems because later on, you're going to get burnt out. You're going to get tired. You're going to tell yourself you don't want to do this anymore. It's so much work just to get him finished when you get nothing in return. Trust me, you're going to get burnt out. It's only a matter of time to where it's going to be a huge problem. And, you might even step out of the relationship. I don't know. It could leave that way. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you need to talk to him and be like, yo, we need to, like, it's okay. Don't be like, hey, go get yourself fixed. That's the wrong way to do it. And just, just say, go listen to that podcast. I did 2 of them with ED. And there's different things that you can do, different ways you can approach the situation. Not just like attack them, because if you attack them, then they feel like they don't want to do it, or they won't want to do it. So they got to know, though. Yeah, they do got to know that they need help, but bringing it up in a good way, you're more likely to get them to go and do it. Instead of being like, you need to go get your shit fixed. Then they're going to be like, what the fuck? They're going to feel attacked. So, all right, next question. Any tips to make a long distance relationship work? Cheat on them. I'm just joking. Can long distance relationships work? Yes, they absolutely can. Are they more than likely gonna fall apart because of one person? Yeah. Because it depends on the person. Because, like, what if you're the type of person that needs to have somebody around? You like to go do random things like this and that. Or it could come down to insecurities. Maybe he thinks that you're cheating all the time, or you think that he's cheating. Like, that can also cause problems. And so, can it work? It can only work if you guys can also afford it too. And what I mean by that is, like, you shouldn't be going to see each other every 6 months, once a year, twice. No, this should be a monthly type of thing. If you can't afford to go see this person monthly, whether she comes to you or you go to them, don't do it. Because trust me, it's going to be a problem, because you're going to be craving their touch, the just having somebody there, and if you have to go like 6 months to see somebody, it's going to cause a lot of problems, right? Can long distance relationships work? Yeah, they can. And the benefit of long distance relationship is, since you're not with this person, or you can't go and see them all the time, and you guys are just like on the phone, it creates more of that, oh, I can't wait to go see them, the excitement to see them. So when they meet up with you, it's a lot more exciting, right? And also you get to know them a little bit more, because now you guys have to text and talk a lot more, right? Because, like, when you hang out in person, maybe it's some like watching TV, going to dinner. It's not always just like conversation, right? And so you actually get to know this person, right? Because now you got to be talking about everything. And you're going to learn if you actually find this person interesting or not, because it might get boring. Spicy time never failed me over FaceTime, or spicy FaceTime never failed me. See, and that's another way to do it. But again, like, if you're in long distance relationship, you could be in a relationship with them, and they're technically in a relationship with you, but they're also in a relationship with somebody that is local. And again, if you're going to do long distance relationship, a long distance relationship shouldn't be long distance for over a year. I mean, I just say a year, but like, you guys should be making plans on what's the next step. Because, like, how long are you going to be long distance, right? By a year, you guys got to know each other pretty well, and somebody's going to, and that's another thing about long distance relationship. That's something that's going to have to be talked about. It's either they're moving or you're moving, because long distance is not going to last forever. And so somebody has to make the jump. Somebody has to make that decision, and it should be happening sooner. Like, I would say after a year, there should be a conversation. Like, hey, like, what are we going to do? Like, what's the next step? Like, you being so far away, are you going to come over here? Should I go over there? Making arrangements, right? And if they don't, that's a red flag right there. They probably have like a side piece locally, and then they have you long distance. So just saying. So I always said before, I preferred long distance relationships, because that was when I was in Idaho. I don't date nobody in Idaho. For those that know, small towns become very fucking small towns. Everybody knows everybody. You're dating this person's ex, like, now they're with this person, and like everybody's, like, hell no. But now, since I moved to Arizona, I wouldn't do long distance because there's a lot of people out here that I don't know. And I've realized that I enjoy having somebody to go and do things, right? Going looking at lights, going in to a concert, right? And you can't really do that with a long distance relationship, right? You can't just be like, oh, they're doing this weekend, we should go. It's more of like, oh, I wish I had somebody to go with this weekend. So you can take your time to grow together and fond of each other. Cell phones make long distance way easier. I had a relationship survive deployments. You got to be more faithful than the temptation. See, I get where you're coming from, Queen, but it kind of sounds like you guys had the relationship beforehand. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. You know, it's different when you already in a relationship and then you have to do different things. You know, like he got deployed. And so now you're forced to be in a long distance relationship. That's a little different than meeting somebody that's long distance. And that's what I was talking about, is like meeting somebody. Say you met somebody, for example, say I met somebody in Colorado and I live here in Arizona, right? So that's the type of long distance I'm talking about. Not like we were both in Arizona and then they ended up leaving. That's a different type of long distance. That one, you can make it work because obviously shit happens. Like maybe they got deployed, maybe their job got them transferred over there and you guys got a house, or like can't really just get up and go right away, right? So there's a lot of like variables that go into it. Be close enough, but not too close. Hi, how's your evening? What's up, Mama Bug? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? All right, I'm going to do one more question. Oh, this one's a good one. Your TikTok bio says your man hates me. I actually changed it, but low-key, he loves you. Since I started watching you, I've spiced things up, and he thinks I'm having an affair because I'm learning so much from you and your community. Hey, that's what I love to hear, okay? I love to hear that people are actually taking what we talk about here and actually putting it to use, because that's what we're here for, right? We are here to create safe spaces, to show that, hey, there's these kinks, there's these things that you can do, and it's okay and it's normal, right? You shouldn't settle for whatever you don't want, right? And the reason I put your man hates me is because in the beginning when I started doing this stuff was because a lot of guys were getting upset about what I was talking about, you know, because I was actually like outing a lot of guys. Guys were actually, because their girl or girls were sharing these videos to them and they were getting upset. And I was getting a lot of messages saying like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, it's like, what the fuck did you say that? And stuff like that. That's why, and that's where it came into my head. I'm like, your man hates me because I was talking about that stuff, right? So that's why I had that. But I've had a lot more people send positive messages than negative, meaning like, plenty of guys and girls that send messages like, oh, you've helped with our relationship. And like, for example, I met somebody at the gym here and she told me how the videos and the podcast helped her through her divorce, you know, and now she's currently with somebody, a boy who treats her great, right? And you see that's why we're here for, you know, and we're here for like not to settle for less, meaning like whether that's in your relationship, intimacy wise, like your boundaries, the red flags you'll deal with, that's why we're here for, right? To show and that what you're going through is not normal, you know, because there's a lot of people, like we just passed Christmas, right? There's a lot of people who are in relationships that never get anything from their partner. And I'm like, why? And first of all, why are you letting it happen? You know, that should be, they should want to get you something, even if it's something small, right? Or even Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is coming up. And I'm not saying guys need to buy their girl a gift, but at least a dinner. I'm sure a lot of girls would be happy, like just getting taken out for dinner, right? Knowing that, hey, like, yeah, they appreciate me all year, but, you know, they at least did something on Valentine's Day too. Because it made me feel bad last year. There were so many people who were like, oh, like we didn't do anything for Valentine's Day. I didn't even get nothing for Valentine's Day. And I'm like, really? How is this a boyfriend? And they're like, yeah, boyfriends, husbands. People they've been with for the longest time, they don't even do anything. Like, no. I've always had to plan it out. See, like putting a little bit of effort. Yes, some people are like, oh, I don't need one day to show my love to my person. Yeah, I 100% agree. You should be showing them every fucking day, telling them. But it's also nice to have a day like that where everybody's just like, you know what? Everybody like do something special for that person too. Just a reminder. Because there's some people who don't get a reminder every day. And it's nice for Valentine's Day. So skipping B-Day this year. But that day is intentional because we don't usually have time to do it all. Exactly. So that's another thing that I was going to say. Sometimes people get busy. Life happens. People get comfortable. And so it's nice to have a day to be like, hey, this is what we're doing. And if you're like myself, I don't like to go out on Valentine's Day because we all know everybody decides to go out that day. So I like going like either a different day, even though we're still celebrating Valentine's Day, like close enough. I just don't like going on Valentine's Day because it gets fucking, like, depending on where you're at, so many people out. And then there's a lot of places where they don't even let you make reservations because they do that shit on purpose. They don't let you make reservations because they want you to go and they want you to wait. Because they know you're going to wait. You're out for Valentine's Day. It's not like you're going to tell your date, be like, yo, like, let's just go. We'll come back next week. They know you're going to sit there and fucking wait. So, and then my son's birthday is the 15th. Gifts, just intentional special moments. Absolutely. So that's why I love doing these videos because, yeah, it might upset your man because now it puts them on their toes because they're like, fuck, now I got to do this, because she got upset. And there's nothing wrong to get upset. If they don't do something for you, there's nothing wrong. The reason they feel like they can get away with it now is because you let them. Maybe one year they didn't do anything and you let it slide. No, you should have been pissed. Get upset. Because now they know next year, Valentine's Day, they better fucking do something or they're going to hear it from you. They're going to release the crazy side of you. Because trust me, sometimes some guys learn like that. And being direct too, be like, what the fuck? Like, so we're not going to do anything? And I'm sure you guys would be okay with these. Like, hey, like, I don't want to go on Valentine's Day. Let's go this day. You'll be like, yeah, that's totally fine. So, don't let them get away with it. Get upset. Who cares if like it starts an argument? Start an argument. Because if you start an argument, then guess what? Next year, he gonna remember that last year he didn't do anything and you got very upset. So guess what he don't want to do this year? He ain't trying to get you mad again because he's like, I ain't trying to deal with that shit. And like last year we got in a big ass fight just because I didn't do anything. So sometimes you gotta learn when to pick your battles, pick your fights. Why do you think a man will run when you ask him to take accountability? Because a lot of guys don't want to take accountability. The moment it's time for them to take accountability, they're gonna blame something else. They're gonna blame a different situation. They're gonna blame someone else. They never want to blame themselves, and it happens with a lot of people, not just guys. They don't be like, that was my bad. What can I do to fix it? Instead, everything is an excuse. Oh, it was because of this. Oh, it was because of that. Oh, it was because of this, right? Which causes an even bigger argument because sometimes you just want them to be accountable about what they did. And them beating around the bush, blaming other things, makes you even more upset. He will tell me he wants to try to make it work, but then when I ask why he did something to hurt, man, he would just block me and ignore me. Oh, girl, you shouldn't be dealing with that at all. Playing those games, like you want somebody who's gonna, the moment, because you're telling him how certain things make you feel, and his reaction is to block you and ignore you. He's literally showing you how he feels towards you. Blocking and ignoring you when you tell him something that bugs you or something that he did wrong, right? He blocks you and ignores you, is showing you exactly how he feels towards you. Exactly, like he has he doesn't care how you feel. He would rather not hear it, so he blocks you. You know, he doesn't want to hear your arguments or you telling him what's bugging you and stuff like that. No, you should not be with somebody like that, because somebody who's actually trying to work things out or trying to be in this relationship is gonna hear you out first of all, and then see what you guys can do to fix the situation, not block you and ignore you. No, that's some little kid stuff. That's right away it tells me that he's not interested in fixing anything with you, and maybe not even interested in you, because you complain about something, which I'm sure the reason you're complaining is valid, right? Just as long as it's not anything dumb, right? And his first reaction is to block you and ignore you. That says a whole lot right there. It's a whole lot, and especially how he feels towards you. Mándalo a la ver. So I would not deal with something like that. Blocking me and ignoring me because I told you how something made me feel that you did. That you did. I'm telling you something that you did that made me upset. But you're blocking me. Like the audacity. The audacity. I swear the audacity is on sale at a lot of places. Like probably like 90% off. Because a lot of people have the audacity to do some of this shit. All right, but anyways, I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go. We got to stay locked in. I'm going to go hit the gym. I still had a bunch of questions left. So remember, every Mondays and Thursdays, I go live. So make sure you guys put your notifications on. That way you guys can come and have fun. And if you guys missed the live today and maybe your question was answered this time, I upload the question lives to my YouTube. Link is in the bio, so definitely go check it out. Podcast link is also in the bio, so make sure you guys go check it out. If you need tools to take care of yourself at home, link is in the bio. Okay, naughtyscience.com. So don't forget. So definitely check it out. But anyways, thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys on Monday. I do bonus lives on TikTok, so if you don't follow me on TikTok, you better. So I'll see you guys on Monday regardless. So anyways. Se la lavan, because I can smell you from over here. Okay, and it's not so good. I'm just joking.